And it is a most warm welcome to our viewers this evening to what will be the restart of the Finnish Premier League second qualifier match. For those of you that followed us yesterday, we had an unfortunate rain out, and play was stopped yesterday evening after 4.2 overs. At the situation of the game, Empire Lions having scored 33 for the loss of 3 wickets, and that means that the required total for the Empire Lions this evening is 81 runs from 15.4 overs, at just a smidgen over 5 runs per over. And obviously the Thundercats, Bengal Tiger Thundercats needing to win the match this evening by taking 7 wickets for 112 or less. We have a beautiful evening here at the Kerava National Cricket Ground. The ground looks splendid yet again. The grass is emerald green. Ground staff have been hard at work again today to make sure that everything is perfectly playable, as the 2 umpires approach the centre. We have an umpire change from yesterday, so it'll be Srinidhi Ravindra standing in for yesterday's umpire Debashish Roy as umpire panel replacement, and his colleague Tarindu will be continuing where he left off yesterday evening. Status of the game, the 2 batters, Amjad Sher and Vanraj Padal, who are currently just approaching the wicket. It will be Amjad Sher who is due to face, and Belayat Khan will continue his first over from yesterday evening where he left off, which was, in his terms, a very pleasant start. First 2 balls, 1 wicket for 0 runs. Obviously those wet, slicky and somewhat gloomy conditions of yesterday evening are far different to what we're facing now. A couple of minutes here delay, a little bit of a technical issue for the start, but we're otherwise looking almost good to go as the umpires signal to the scorer's box that they're also good to go. So it will be Belayat Khan to continue from the Kerava water tower end. Amjad Sher has yet to face a ball. Was man in last night, literally as the heavens opened and the umpires concluded play. So we didn't see any continuation of play yesterday evening. So not wishing to talk about the weather whatsoever, but looking like an absolutely splendid evening and no issues to get in whatever the number of overs are required from the maximum 15.4 this evening as Belayat Khan approaches the crease. And Amjad Sher style, should I say, typical slash outside the off to the his first ball this evening. That just passes through the keeper, nowhere near the bat. No run scored. Just having a quick check on the field for you out here as Khan comes in for his 4th delivery. Sher nudges that one away, and there's an easy single there to short mid, just in front of the square leg on the edge of the inner circle, as Padal then easily makes it down to the other end. And he had only faced 1 more ball than his partner Sher yesterday evening, so that's second ball for him to start this innings. Let's see how the field is set. The Bengal Tigers skipper, we have currently 1 man moving out just towards the mid-wicket boundary, not quite on the boundary rope, 2/3 of the way out. And we have a long on, who also looks like he's approaching the boundary edge. So those 2 out for the remaining, for the next ball of this over. The still part of the power play, of course. Padal leaves that one well alone. No interest to take any early risks at this moment in time. No early risk needed, really. So that's have a good look. 1 delivery remaining in this over, which is the 5th of the second innings as Khan approaches. Padal has a good look at that, gets himself well behind the ball, plays it out to a short point, Short cover fielder. And there's no run. End of the over is signalled. We have 3 fielding changes for the Thundercats this evening. Replacements of the Habib Khan, Iqbal Hussain and Mahmoud Alam from yesterday's fielding 11. We have 3 subs: Khalid, Mahmoud Boob Khan, Saiful Islam and Osman Ibrahim are the 3 substitute fielders for the Thundercats. Let's see who we're taking the next over, which will be the 6th, the last over of the power play.
Slightly, very slightly. Yeah, that's like
Looks likely to be Sardar to continue from where he left off yesterday evening with good figures of, splendid figures indeed of 2 overs, 2 for 12. Managed to pick up the 2 openers yesterday evening in his second over, Collins and O'Brien. So again, I think given the status of the game, the Empire Lions batters will be looking to consolidate a little bit from this position, get themselves off to a steady start. Risk taking is likely to be kept to him. Remember, Sher just pats that one back. Sada comes into field nicely, and there's no run. There's not much of a breeze even this evening, a little bit of cloud cover, but we've got somewhere in the region of 24, 25 degrees centigrade here this evening. It's beautiful cricket weather. Sardar in.
Watch out, your handsome.
A full length to Sher, and he gets enough bat on that, but straight back at the bowler Sardar, who defends and returns the ball to the keeper.
Top stuff. Nice shot.
No run again from the second ball of this 6th over.
Mid off going out, I'm just.
Run rate required currently just below 6 at 5.45. Certainly nothing yet for any of the Empire Lions batters to be overly worried about. Sada will continue from the residential end. Sher manages to pump that one away just to the edge of the inner circle, and long off fielder number 3, who is the captain Shahid Alam, just keeps that at a single. Our first run of this over.
Yep. Yep.
It changes to the view for the batters. It looks like for Padal, they're going to keep the mid-wicket out on the boundary. They don't look like they have anybody else out at the moment. As Sardar approaches and has a full ball straight to the man on the mid-wicket boundary on the full. It's nicely played away by Padal. Hopefully won't be in need of the DLS this evening with beautiful sunshine here at Kirava. And so Krukigano's Sher will face the next ball. Just played that one out to short mid, and there's no fielder there, so there's an easy single for the batters to pretty much walk that one through. So 1 ball remaining here in the 6 over, the final ball of the power play. Let's see whether Thundercats have any exciting fields in mind for the remainder of their innings. They're obviously in a situation where they need to take wickets, there's no doubt about that. Sardar approaches, and that one goes pretty much straight to the point fielder. No run, and that'll be the over. 37 for 3 from the power play for Empire Lions off the 6. And just looking at the worm graphic yesterday, so the Empire Lions are ahead of the game at the moment. They won't want to lose any wickets in the near future, the next few overs at least, for them to stay ahead of the run rate, but not to start losing wickets and put pressure on the lower order. Empire Lions team do bat deep, but still, the pressure of the situation the place open for the final, the championship final match on Saturday against the Greater Helsinki Markos. Always a little bit of extra pressure on in such a situation, as it'll be Khan to continue, bowling to Scher. Plays that one away just to the right hand of the backward point fielder, who manages to fumble it, which meant that the batters could jog through for what ended up being a easy single. Let's see now what we have after the power play for this field. So we have, it'll be Padal that's going to be facing, and long on is out, mid-wicket, and Cow. So those three are the fielders out on the boundary at the moment. The rest of the Thundercat fielders in the ring. Scher just plays that one out again, just forward of square to the point fielder, and not a clean take again. No issues in terms of just jogging through again for an easy single. I would have thought in the minds of these two batters would be basically doing exactly that, just taking singles early doors, keeping the scoreboard ticking over, putting the pressure really on the Thundercats as we look at the countdown of the runs required, which is now 75 from the remaining 13.4 as Khan comes into Amjad Scher. Slower ball, floated that one a little bit, which Scher manages to dig out from the block hole. An easy single again to mid-off, who didn't seem to be in a rush to try to cut off the single there from the inner circle. I think, as I said yesterday on commentary, it's seems to be a, how should I say, a standard of cricket in Finland in general about players in the inner circle not managing really to cut off singles. Invariably, Bellet to continue to Padal. Again, an easy single. Just played that along the ground to mid-on. Jog through for the single. That takes Padal on to 3 runs from 7 deliveries, and Scher 5 runs from 8 deliveries faced. Khan putting it in the right areas then so far. Let's see what he does the next one for Scher. So far, not had anything to swipe at, and as I literally say that, just short of a length at this pace. Not too much of a challenge for Scher, and that's a first 6 of the innings. First 6 for Scher, first 6 for the Empire Lions in this second innings chase. Let's hope the Thundercats fielder can find the ball from the ditch. Looks like number 23 down there, one of their spare substitute fielders. I didn't manage to see exactly where it went into the reeds, but does it look as though he's got it? Yeah, I think he has. Well done, good man. Well spotted. Get the ball back into the umpires for them to have a look at it, and that'll take the score to 47 for the loss of 3 wickets, and brings the required run rate just closer to 5 runs per over. It's the first time they've managed to bring the run rate down lower than it was yesterday at close of play. Maybe you could probably argue that was a bit of a risky shot with the 2 fielders out for that shot in particular, but he did manage to dissect the field, so we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. As Khan approaches, Scher will face another one. Decides not to do anything with that, just dabs it back towards the bowler. Khan will come through to collect and finish his second over of this evening with 1 wicket for 11 runs so far for him. As Padal and Scher have a mid-wicket discussion as to what they're planning on doing next. It looks like the flight path has changed this evening. We've got an airliner coming in our direction rather than passing over, going towards the airport as we had yesterday evening. See off in the distance, and it'll be 97 to bowl the 8th over for the Thundercats. 97 is Mohammad Asaduzaman. Little leg spinner from the national side. So again, 2 national team batters currently at the wicket, and it'll be Asaduzaman to bowl to his Finnish Bear colleagues at this pretty critical stage, I think, as we've seen a couple of overs through this evening. Nothing yet for the Lions batters to be worried about, so I think Shahid Alam, the Thundercat skipper, is no doubt thinking Asaduzaman is an option for him to try and make a breakthrough here, as Padal easily just paddles that one around the corner for a single. Throw coming into the bowler's end, but there was never an issue about him not being in his ground. You can hear Padal over the stump mics telling his colleague to look at the spaces he's got here in the outfield, and specifically speaking, the spaces are pretty much the inner circle just over the one close fielder that he has, Osman Ibrahim at short mid. We've got a cow corner fielder, we've got a wide long on, and we've got a straight long on, all for share, and a long off just inside the boundary, the skipper. As Ibrahim fields the ball and returns to the keeper, just a single taken. Padal we can hear over the mic, stump mics, chatting away as he invariably does to his partner, and he'll face the next delivery from Asaduzzaman. Back and straight in the middle of the bat, just patted that one back to the bowler. No interested in taking any risks at the moment, it seems, as Asaduzzaman continues. A little bit more flight in that one. Easy enough single again. Similar story to the previous over so far this innings, as either fielders not coming in sharply as the bowler's coming into bowl, and hence not cutting off singles. That one, to be fair to them, was played to the right-hand side of the extra cover fielder on the ring. So no question there that there was an easy single to be taken as share or face. A little bit of a wind-up there. Asaduzzaman trying to coax him into going aerial, I think. That'll be the plan, as he knows that that's share's game. Good eye and quick hands, and often hits the ball a long way, but also prone to some degree of risk, as Asaduzzaman's over finishes his first one for 3 runs, taking Empire to the total of 50 for the remaining, for the loss of the 3 wickets that we saw yesterday evening. No wickets yet this evening. It'll be 26 to continue from the water tower end, and 26, according to my sheet, is Mr. Humayun Kabir. Yes, we saw Humayun Kabir yesterday, so when that comes up on the screen, I think we saw 2 overs from him, so this will be his 3rd. Yep, he went for 21 yesterday, with O'Brien and Collins managing to snag a few boundaries off his bowling through the 3rd man area predominantly, if I remember correctly, and it seems we haven't quite plugged that gap. We've got a fielder out on the backward point boundary, and we've got a straight fielder, I wouldn't say, rather than a 3rd man fielder, almost like a keeper cover, as Kabir, his first ball of the evening, strays down the leg side, and that'll be a wide. Signalled by our replacement umpire this evening, Srinidhi Ravindra. The umpire performance officer of the Cricket Finland organisation, active umpire himself, as Kabir comes in. And Padal meets that one nicely, but straight to the fielder at short cover, which is Mr. Osman Ibrahim. Collects cleanly and returns the ball to the bowler. There'll be no run there. Big gaps either side of Osman, so I think Padal, if he gets anything outside the off, will be looking to go either side of the cover fielder on the ring, or in this case, if he puts anything on his legs, probably look to paddle it over the mid-wicket boundary, which he then proceeded to do so in nice fashion. That's a sweetly timed shot from Padal. He's been timing well recently. Certainly picked that one up very nicely. Just a flick of the wrist. Sweet looking shot. Kabir just straying. Down leg side, and That's certainly one of the favoured shots for Padal, and with only the one man out on that mid-wicket boundary. Wouldn't say too much of a risky shot in that situation. And certainly got enough on it as well, so there's no question even if the fielder had been there, I think it would have cleared him. Takes the Empire score along to 57 for the loss of 3 wickets, and also takes their run rate required below 5 this evening, down to 4.89. Let's see what Kabir makes of this next delivery, as we have another airliner overhead. Going down leg. But I'm just going to check what the umpire's score was. Signal was. Didn't get any bat on that, so it's a leg by to the right-hand side of the fielder at backward square on the ring. So that'll bring Share onto strike. Currently at 12 runs off 13 deliveries faced as Kabir comes in. Delivers a fuller one, and he'll nick that straight to the keeper. Not dissimilar, I think, to the dismissal that we saw yesterday of Arvind Mohan. The bowler yesterday being Belay Khan. Straight through to the keeper, same result. So Share will depart 12 runs with a score on 58 off 8.4 overs. So that's 56 runs remaining to score for the Empire Lions off 11.2 overs. To replace Share, we shall have number 50, Mr. Peter Gallagher. Kabir's bowling at a decent pace. One of the quicker bowlers probably that we've seen this season in the Premier League. Relatively new player, I think this is his first season. Young bowler for the Thundercats. And for those of you that missed it then yesterday, he's their leading wicket taker then so far this season with 17 wickets up to this game. So that'll take him to 18 as he approaches to Gallagher for his first ball. Another full delivery, not dissimilar to the ball before to Padal, and the same end result, leg by to the same fielder that that fielded the third ball off Kabir's over at backward square leg. So it'll be Padal to continue and to face the last ball of Kabir's third over. Skipper of the Thundercats will be pleased with it. I think he's had no choice than to bring back his opening bowler, see if he can do something here. This situation as Padal just plays that nicely. Full length, just guided down to the third man fielder just outside the ring. Will come through for an easy single. Brings up the ninth over with a score on 60. So chasing 114, that leaves the Lions with 54 remaining to score from the 11 overs that they still have to use. It'll be Azad Uzman to continue from the residential end to Padal. We have Shahid Alam, the skipper, out here just shy of the long off boundary. As Azad Uzman doesn't manage to stop that one, and the batters will come through jog through for an easy single. We have again the deep mid-wicket fielder out. We have the cow corner fielder out, and we have one man just 10 metres in from the long on boundary. The current fielding set. The rest of the fielders inside the rung. Just the skipper's just moving the deep mid wicket to more of a, I'd probably say a wide. We've got a wide cow corner and we've got a squarer cow corner rather than a deep mid. For Gallagher, that's a Duzaman again. Probably likely to tease Gallagher into going for something large at the beginning of his innings. He doesn't buy that. Doesn't look for a single then off that, straight to the cover fielder on the inner circle. Gallagher happy to have a look at that one. Let's see how long that remains for as Asaduzzaman's in. And again, carefully played. Full face of the bat from Gallagher, straight back to Asaduzzaman.
Keep it shape, keep watching it.
Be the fourth delivery of his Asaduzzaman's second over to Gallagher. His little leg spinners. Same result as the previous ball. Full face of the bat, straight back to the bowler. Sensible stuff here from the Empire batters so far this over.
Right, Pete. About him, right?
Straight back at the bowler, who manages to field it relatively cleanly and avoid giving a run off that delivery. So continue to Gallagher, just a little shorter, it guides it down as Asaduzzaman takes the ball at short cover, and that'll be the end of his second over. So just 4 runs off Asaduzzaman's 2 first overs this evening as the players break for the official 10-over drinks break at the halfway stage. 61 for 4 Empire Lions, needing 53 from the remaining 10. Probably still happy with that, just to have only lost 1 wicket since yesterday evening. Just seeing the worm chart for the comparative run rates. Still managed to stay ahead of the curve, the Empire batters, so there'll be no issues in that regard. So long as they can manage to continue with this sort of a progress. Just going along at round about 4 or 5 and over. Staying ahead of the game. And putting anything away if it's loose. Thundercats obviously need to take the wickets, so it's a super interesting scenario we've got ahead of us here, just depending on the next couple of overs, I think. Certainly, from the perspective of the Empire Lions, I don't think they'll be looking to be here for the 19th and 20th overs. I would have thought that they're looking for these 2 chaps to put a decent partnership together, take them nearer to the score. As we have, that's another airliner passing over us. Lovely clear weather's continuing, no issues in that regard I think for today. Beautiful summer evening here in Kerava, what we're all used to. Hopefully you're enjoying the view of the ground as well. The same cricket ground that was one of the 2 grounds used for the men's ICC T20 sub-regional qualifiers in July of 2022. Been quite a strange summer this year. The winter was slow to end, and then we had a month of June where we didn't see almost any rain whatsoever, so difficult for the ground staff, who've done a fantastic job to get the ground in excellent shape given the conditions that we faced in June. It will be, by the looks of it, Tonmoy Saha to take his first over of this match from the water tower end. And he will be bowling first at Padal, who's currently on 13 off 15 balls. Just a few tweaks to the field. We've got I think they've probably still got in mind the shot that Padal played in one of the earlier overs, with 3 men out on the boundary on the leg side, as he just plays that one out to the short wicket fielder. And oh dear. The skipper will be angry about that. No need for anybody to be throwing the ball anywhere near. The bowler just passed that one back to the keeper, make sure it was only a single. Instead, it managed to throw it over Saha. unfortunately give an extra run away. So they take 2. Ibrahim just running across the wicket into that short mid-wicket space, which means, of course, there's now lots more space on the offside in return. Just a man out. Yeah, just looking for that gap, I think, there, Padal. Just the man who got out at wide extra. We've got one man just looks forward of point on the ring, and then we have a man out on the sweep cover boundary. But other than that, massive gaps through, straight through cover, straight through mid-off. Let's see where Saha's going to put this one. Straight at Padal, who paddles that one away easily. This time to the left hand of the backward square leg field, and he returns it to the keeper, probably listening to the commentary, rather than passing it back to Saha. So they just take the single, which brings Gallagher onto strike, and he's currently not off the mark, off 6 balls. Shouldn't be feeling himself under any pressure still at the moment. Slightly slow one there from Saha, who Gallagher then chips that one just past the keeper towards the deep set third man fielder. No issues about taking the single. Returns that one to the keeper. Bit of a fumble. No crisp throws coming in here to the keeper at the moment this evening. Thundercats' feelings a little bit lethargic to me. Not putting pressure on the batters at all at the moment in terms of returns from the outfield. The Saha comes into Padal straight enough and just plays it out, sure enough, as we said previously, to the man on the extra cover ring. Easy through single to bring Gallagher back onto strike. As they switch up Ibrahim back into that plug position at short cover. One of the leg side fielders from the boundary being brought into mid-wicket for Gallagher as Saha comes in. Down the leg side, that'll be a wide. And dear oh dear, a run out off a wide. It's miscommunication in the middle. Gallagher unfortunately caught ball watching as his partner was coming down to try and take the single. Gallagher on his back foot. Padal tried to turn around and save the situation, but didn't manage to make it back. A good throw into the bowler, who took off the stumps, took off the bails, and Padal has to leave. That'll be a disappointment. Not looking any trouble whatsoever for his 17 so far this evening. So that's 66, the current score. The 5th wicket down, it'll be Harry Hadner and Dandapani that will replace Padal. No risk whatsoever there needed to be taken. Saha's delivery had drifted down the leg side. Perhaps the fumble of the fielder, fumble of the keeper. Perhaps he thought the ball was past him, I don't know, but anyway, Gallagher hadn't moved. And was caught then pretty much flat-footed, turned round and watching where the ball was, watching where the keeper was with it, and the rest is history. So Gallagher to face Saha. Manages to keep that one out to close the over, which has gone for 6 runs, but most importantly for the Thundercats, a wicket for free, really, you should say. 67 for 5 at the end of the 11th over. Run rate just creeping again up above 5, as the Empire batters had managed to get it just below 5 a couple of overs ago. So 5.2, still nothing to worry about. 47 needed from 9.
Just wait, take time.
Thundercats now back in this with these loss of 2 wickets in a relatively short period of time. And it'll be Azaduzaman to continue with his 3rd over to fellow national team spinner Dandapani. Spinner and middle lower order bat. Hariharan scored some decent runs this season. Be looking to continue.
Keep that? You're gonna keep it? You're sending me off? Fucking dogs, eh? Hear that, Shaquille? You are, man. That's what you are, bro.
You had that set?
As Azaduzaman's first ball. Of the over, and he decides to take off the bails as Gallagher just about left his ground.
No, he didn't came like this. He didn't came over this. It was here. Yeah. If it has come like that, it's
Just fractionally too early for Gallagher to leave his crease. I think that was the issue. Haven't got the benefit of a replay, so shan't comment any further on that one. It's obviously a disappointing way for Gallagher to go, but at the same time, in the book, as we say, 67 for 6. Somewhat of a putting themselves in needlessly stressful situation here this evening, which brings the skipper's Gaymans to the wicket as Azaduzaman plays his first ball. Dandapani plays the first ball out to short mid on. A little bit of how should I say, nerves at the wicket at the moment. After that dismissal, probably would have been a single there at the end of the day, but Gaymans wasn't interested. Dandapani left his ground and Azaduzaman to continue. Wider outside the off there to Dandapani.
wicket wasn't enough.
Azaduzaman to continue. A little bit more air to Dandapani. He plays it out to the field on the extra cover position on the ring, and that's no run. Empire Line's run rate required now at 5.5. 47 from 8.3 as Azaduzaman comes in again to and beats Hariharan outside the off stump with his leggy. Nice length. Batter there, not sure to go forward or back. Taken by the keeper, nothing on it, so that'll be another dot ball in the book as Azaduzaman for his 5th ball. And again a little bit more flight, plays that one straight out to the short mid wicket fielder. No run. 1 ball remaining in Azaduzaman's 3rd over. He's gone for 4 runs only so far, so keeping it tight. Ooh, half a chance there from Dandapani as he hit it towards the cover fielder. Didn't quite catch whether it managed to just bounce in front of him, but certainly looked like it. There was a chance of a catch there. Would have been a good one. Khan, I think it was there on the ring. Didn't quite manage to either stop the ball or catch it. And the batter's come through for 2, which takes the score along to 69 for the loss of 6 wickets off 12 overs. Dandapani picks up his first 2 runs. From 6 balls faced, game is not faced yet. Coming in at 8. These two will no doubt be thinking that theirs is the job to finish this game this evening if the Lions are going to be chasing this score. 45 from the remaining 8 overs. And it'll be Saha to continue. as our umpires just adjust the zing stumps at the bowler's end. Skaman's taking his time, as he probably should in this situation. Not been a prolific season for him so far. Fielding set, the field is set with a man out on a regular cow corner, man out on long on to Skaman's, and we have point sweeper and a third man who's right back on the rope as Saha comes in. Skaman's, that's again down the leg side. No thought of a run this time, having seen Padal and Gallagher's mishap. That's singled and wide, one extra to the score. Taking the lines through to 70. Run rate required still only at 5.5. So no issues in that regard in terms of pressure on these batters. It'll be the wickets column which will be the pressurizer for these two, and Thundercats field a 97, which is as Aduzman comes in to field that, and that come through for an easy single. Dandipani on to face. Just checking the field positions. No change, I think, to what the field that was set for Skaman's. Just skippers moving the cow corner field a squarer to Dandipani. Just forward a square as Saha comes in to bowl. Dandipani has a somewhat a wild slash at that one. No run, straight through to the keeper. Saha, the more experienced of the players in this Thundercats team, probably looking to mix it up here as well. As a slow one, Dandipani I think picked that one. Just played it straight back to the bowler. No run. Beautiful sunshine continues. There'll be no issues this evening about the light or the weather or the rain, anything else. It's it'll be an interesting finish the way things are going. As Saha approaches again. Dandipani just plays that one to short mid wicket. There's no run there. Two balls left of Saha's second over. He's gone for 8 so far as he comes into Dandipani. Another slow one. Gets more of a contact that one, straight out to the fielder coming in from the long on boundary. They'll come through for an easy single, not looking at a second. Through to the keeper. Brings number 43 Empire line skipper Jonathan Skaman's on to strike. Skipper, wicketkeeper, batter for the Empire lines, and was the national side for quite a number of years. Saha coming in, just guides that one. Guides that all sorts of interesting things going on here as the Thundercats fielding. First a good bit of fielding, aiming at the stumps probably unnecessarily. Skaman still turning down the single, as then the rebound throw from the hitting the stumps was then returned to the bowler end as Dandipani looked for the single, and then we had a misfield and they managed to come through for an easy single. So an extra bonus run there for the Lions, which closes the Saha second over. 2 overs for 10 runs for him, 73 for 6 being the score. Run rate required just creeping up to 5.86. 13 overs gone, 7 overs remaining, 41 needed for the Empire Lions to chase down the total of 114. And it'll be Azaduzaman to continue with his 4th and final over this evening to Jonathan Skaman's bowling from the residential end. It's midfield to the previous over. Skipper out, but just a wide long off. Yard or so in from the ropes, and then we've got a straight long gone. And a deep cow corner as Skamans guides that one just to the right hand of the point fielder and comes through for an easy single. One other fielder out on the cow corner boundary out there in the sunshine as Dandapani faces up, and a similar delivery to the previous over, beg your pardon, that he faced from Asaduzaman. Regular leggy, good length leggy, goes past the outside edge, straight through the keeper. Dandapani goes for the big shot. Has he got enough on it? He certainly has. It's a 6. Well connected, straight over. Pretty much straight over the umpire almost. Comes through for a boundary 6. Good connection. Wasn't sure whether he'd got enough of it, but he certainly did. Managed to clear the ropes by a fair few metres. Fielder was never in business as the ball crashed into the boundary fence 3 or so metres back from the boundary rope. Yeah, even if the long on fielder had been right out on the boundary, I don't think there'd be any issue about him making even a stop of that one. Good contact from Dandapani, takes the score along to 80. For the loss of 6 wickets, Empire Lions now needing 34 from 6.3 overs. Asaduzaman bowling his final over this evening. 3 balls to come to Dandapani, who plays that one down just to the short gully fielder, and there'll be no run. Straight at the fielder. No issue about there going for one. This game is at the non-strikers, not looking for a single. Having had the ball hit straight at the fielder, Asaduzaman again, a little bit more flight on this one. And Dandapani, lovely shot through the covers. That'll go all the way through for 4 runs. No fielder out there. Given a bit more width, and he managed to punch that through the inner circle field quite competently. 4 runs, taking the score along to 84, which for the mathematicians out there leaves 30 runs to be scored. For the Lions batters, as Asaduzaman just approaches Harry, trying to dab that one down, and nothing shot really. That was the last ball of Asaduzaman's 4th over, so his figures will close 4 overs, none for 17. The wicket just falling to the what used to be called the mankad, so it doesn't go down to the bowler. It was Gallagher as a run out during Asaduzaman's spell from the residential end, and it'll be Thundercats bowler number 18, which will be, I thought it was somebody else then. It looks like it is going to be Saha to continue. Thought then for a minute we had a different bowler coming on. So Saha, having bowled 2 overs for 10 runs, no wickets. Looks like he's going to continue. I suspect as the umpires just having a look at the zinc stump, speaking into the stump mic, so you probably hear the guys talking just as well as I can. Something with the flickering of the stump, by the looks of it, which of course we don't want that to be happening without any reason. Obviously, as long as the stumps bails are not broken, no issue there, but it seems to be that the stumps have now calmed down. Nothing flickering at the moment. So it'll be Saha to continue his 3rd over to Skamans. Straight a ball. Loud appeal there, but based on height, I think. Question there, a little bit of bounce this evening. The pitch. Going over the top, that one, I think. And going over us again is another airliner. Drowns out my commentary. Some may say that's a good thing. May drown my commentary, of course. Sahar it is approaching. Game is facing. And he plays that one out just to the right hand of Ibrahim there. Short cover. No issue about stopping that one. Easy single for Skamans, and that brings Dandapani onto strike. 13 off 15. Skamans currently 4 from 5. Lions needing 29 from 5.4 overs for the loss of 6 wickets, currently on 85. Run rate required 5.12. That'll be Saha to continue. Slow ball to Dandapani. Hits that one all along the ground, straight to the deep long off fielder, and there's no question again about stopping the single there. Easy one for the batters. Just a slight change to the field as Ibrahim comes straight to Skamans, and yeah, just moving the wide long off fielder straighter as well. Skamans just paddles that one round the corner. Have we got a man out? Yes, we have a man out there, but it looks like there'll be no issues in terms of coming back for 2 as the fielder on the what was the cow corner boundary comes squarer, field the ball just 20-30 metres in from the mid-wicket boundary. Skamans comes back for the second quite easily, plenty of time to spare as he managed to keep that one nicely along the ground. Sahar to continue to him. Skamans again just playing that one about along the ground to this time the long on fielder. No risks needed in that shot. Easy single, leaving 1 ball for Saha's 1 ball remaining, Saha's 3rd over, and he'll bow that to Dandapani, who's ready. Slightly quicker one from Saha, manages to play that one down easily enough to the 3rd man fielder just outside the ring, and that'll be over. Easy single there. 90 is the score at the end of the 15th, leaving the Lions 24 runs from the remaining 5 overs. Saha has bowled 3 for 16. We've had Azaduzman bowled out, so we'll see a bowling change from the residential end. Kabir has 1, Sardar has 1, Belayat Khan still has 2, and Saha 1. I think those will be the bowlers that will finish off the innings this evening. And as soon as I say that, it looks like the skipper decides to prove me wrong, as that's number 3, Shahid Alam, coming on to bowl his 1st over, the 16th of this innings, and he'll be bowling to Dandapani. Interesting change given the overs that he has still remaining with the bowlers up his sleeve, so let's see what Alam is going to do here. Just little offies as Dandapani plays that one just to the right hand of the deep gully fielder and comes through for an easy single. Skamans on to face. Run rate required with those couple of boundaries from Dandapani a couple of overs ago, just below 5 again, 4.76 currently at the moment as Skamans checks the field. Set for him. Cover sweeper out. Skamans just having a look at that one. No contact. Straight through to the keeper. Shuffling around his crease to play the next ball from Alam. Same result, no run.
Play through, Jono. You don't even need to score.
3 balls gone. Alam gives him a wider one and manages to get it past the fielder. Let's see where that's going to go. Is it going to go all the way? I think. Yep. Slight downhill here at that part of the ground at the Kerver National Ground, and managed to get enough bat on that one as soon as it got past the fielder there at Gully on the ring. No question that it was going to race away for a boundary 4. Well played by Skamans. Alam giving a bit of room there. His first loose delivery of this over. Dispatched for a boundary, taking Skamans to 11 from 10 balls he's faced. As the alarm continues, shorter one. Goes back Skamans, and he's had a bit of a slash at that one. Enough of a bat on it to make sure there was no possibilities of the keeper to take that one. So the gully fielder comes round to collect and through for a single. As Dandapani to face the last ball of this over. There's no run there as he hits that straight to the point fielder just inside the inner circle, and that'll be the end of the 16. So that leaves the Lions 18 runs required from the remaining 4 overs. The score on 96 for 6. Run rate required down at 4.5. These two batters putting a partnership together here for the Lions. Dandapani on 16 from 19, Skamans 12 from 11. Let's see what the bowling change is going to be, or will Saha? No, it won't be. It'll be Humayun Kabir coming in, number 26, the opening bowler, who has 1 over left, if I remember correctly. Yep, 1 for 29 for his figures so far this evening. And with Skamans to face, just a few adjustments coming in the field. Thundercats not rushing about things this evening. Short mid-wicket will come in. And what do we have? A third man out. We have a backward point fielder on the boundary. And that's currently it. Is he going to move anybody else out? No, it doesn't look so. And just as I said, they moved the short mid-wicket. They now move that short mid-wicket into the other side of the pitch to a short cover. So we've got lots of chieftains out there at the moment, it seems. Fielders being chopped and changed already, so we've got a man that's now been moved out to the wide long on just by the covers. It'll be Skamans to face Kabir for his last over of the evening. Dandapani comes through to take the single. Couldn't quite see whether that was throw was coming in quickly enough. I don't think so. I think there was an issue in terms of, even with the direct hit there, manages to play. Skamans plays that just to the side of the short third man fielder for another single, which means 17 required. Dandapani adjusting his equipment. No doubt just trying to make sure that he keeps his head clear in this circumstances, making the bowler wait a little bit. So the batter's ready. Kabir will come in to bowl his second ball of his final over this evening to Dandapani. Full. Just managed to get some bat on that, but not enough bat to score any runs. Straight to the short mid fielder, passes it back to the bowler. Kabir goes back to his mark, and Dandapani wonders how we missed that one. So it'll be Kabir to continue to score on 97 for 6. But he's back into that one a little bit there. Beats Dandapani outside the off stump. Straight through to the keeper. No run. Kabir looking to induce the edge from Dandapani's bat through to the keeper, as we saw wicket taken early this evening off one of his earlier overs. Dandapani to face again as Kabir comes in for the fourth ball of. Plays that one away. We haven't got a fielder out there, as I mentioned earlier, so that'll come. Quickly runs away to the mid-wicket boundary. Nice shot. That'll be 4 runs. No question there from Dandapani. That'll bring up the 100. That's 101 for 6. Just Kabir straying leg side and no issue there for Dandapani just to play that one away with largely no risk whatsoever. Just the one fielder out on the what was the cow corner boundary position. So no question, as soon as he beat the inner circle fielder, it was always going to be 4 runs. Well played from Dandapani. Kabir looking to get his lines back again. It's the 5th ball of this over. Shorter one to Dandapani, who just tries to play that one through point, but doesn't manage anything else other than to hit it straight at Ibrahim at short point for no run. Kabir will have his last delivery from the water tower end for this innings to Dandapani. Let's see what he does with it. A full ball. Dandapani blocks that one out. Straight back to the bowler, who shrugs over and wonders what else he could have done to take a wicket with that last one, as he finishes his spell for this evening of 1 for 34 from his 4 overs. 17 overs gone, the score on 101 for 6, leaving a run rate required of 4.33. The Empire Lions just managing to stay ahead of the curve. The worm chart. It'll be Belayat Khan to take the 18th over from the residential end. Changes ends for him from last night. Bowled from the water tower end. 2 overs yesterday evening. Or was it just the one? Might have been just the one, I think. Yep. Anyway, regardless, he shall continue. He has 2 overs remaining. Let's see whether what he does with his 3rd one. Whether he'll get the last in that case, or will the last one be needed? Well, Tentoaks here at Keraway National Ground. 13 required from 3 for the loss of 6 wickets at the moment, as Khan comes into Skamans. And he has a swipe at that one. Where's that gone? Oh, the edges managed to swirl just over the backward. Oh, and he's fluffed the fielding out there. That's very unfortunate for the Thundercats fielder. Didn't manage to take a clean take. Didn't manage to judge the shot from Skamans. He won't be happy with that shot at all. But 3 runs in the book. 1 from the bounce as the fielder there at a backward gully position. I think it's probably gully position, black fly slip, almost on the ring. Mitch judged the ball in the air and then managed to fumble the ball and let the batters come back for a 3rd. Skipper won't be happy about that, nor the bowler, as it's Dandapani now to face Belayat Khan. 2nd delivery of his over. Beats him there. Nice delivery. Just maybe a little bit of drift away, as Dandapani goes down the wrong line and the ball straight through to the keeper. No run. So run rate required now just dip below 4 at 3.75. That's 10 from 2.4 overs as Khan comes in again to bowl to Dandapani. Let's see what he does with this one. Oh, he doesn't manage to get any better on that one either. Slow ball from Khan. Deceived the batter completely. Goes straight through to the keeper, and that'll be another dot ball. Nothing added to the score. Dandapani wondering whether he's going to get any wood on the next delivery of Khan's over. Interesting developments, whether we'll see. What we're going to get for the last 3 balls of this over. Mixing it up here, Belayat Khan. Slightly quicker one to Dandapani. Somewhat of a wild, airy swipe. Dandapani perhaps thinking about the previous 2 deliveries. Doesn't get anywhere near making contact with that one. And that's 3 consecutive dots here in the 18th over. Just Khan trying to put a bit of pressure back on the Empire batters. We've got just the 1 fielder out currently at long on to Dandapani, as the Thundercats looking to squeeze here what they can. As Khan floats a slightly slower ball. Fuller and Dandapani managed to get some bat on that one, and it'll go to the right hand side of the backward deep gully fielder, and they'll come through for an easy single. taking the score along to 105, which means the umpire lines need 9 from the remaining 2.1 overs. 1 delivery left for Khan from the 18th. 1 for 15 currently his figures. Skame is to face, currently 16 from 13 balls. Skamins goes aerial. Is the fielder going to get under that one? Certainly looks as though he should, and he does. So Skaman departs in the last ball of the 18th. Perhaps feeling the pressure from the previous 3 dots. And Sardar taking what was in the end a simple catch, coming in from the long on boundary. So Skamans departs for a well-worked 16 from 14. Not what his colleagues would have wanted, however, at this moment in time. So the score 105 as the 7th wicket falls for the Empire lines. Run rate required now picks up to 4.5 off the last 2. 9 runs required. And as Kabir bowled his 4th over from the water tower end, looks like it'll be Tonmoy Saha, I think, by the looks of it, to take the 19th. Yeah, it will be Tonmoy to continue from the water tower end to bowl his 4th over of the evening. 3 overs for 16 currently. It'll be Dandapani on strike, new batter at the non-strikers end, Mahesh Tambe, coming in at number 9. Capable with bat in hand, Tambe as well. As Saha approaches Dandapani. As a swipe as Saha puts his back into that one, gets a bit more bounce, and that goes straight through to the keeper. There will be no run there. Dandapani suffering, it seems, with the shorter ball, passing him outside the off stump. Not really made much contact with anything in those areas this evening, as he's on 21 from 29 balls. Faces Saha to continue. Slow one. Dandapani punches that one out. That's going to bisect the fielders. Will it be enough to beat the boundary? It does, despite the dive. Great effort there out in the cow corner boundary just in front of the covers. Doesn't manage to stop it and come through. Dandapani happy to see that one roll away. The same downhill that I explained earlier this evening to that side of the field. Takes the score along to 109, meaning there's 5 runs required from the remaining 10 deliveries. And they're going to move the fielders around. Some shouting going on out there in the middle. Thundercats just looking to change them in the field, so they don't end up changing the field. So Saha continues to Dandapani. Going to do with the next one. Plays that one out. Oh, and he just manages to clear the fielder. Thought there for a minute that it was going to be straight into the hand of the skipper, Shahid Alam, who made a desperate attempt to try and get his hand on the ball, but it manages to clear him for 2 runs, taking the Lions on to 111. That'll be Dandapani on 27 from 31. Boundary 4 and a 2. He'll be happy with that so far. Saha with 3 balls remaining of the 19th. No changes to the... So we have our change to the field. We have the mid-wicket fielder just comes into the ring. So they've just got a long on out for Dandapani. So Saha doesn't want to be looking at anything down the leg side. He doesn't. Dandapani comes through to try and take the single, and Tambe reacts quickly enough to his partner's call to come through for the single, taking the score along to 112, which means there are 2 runs required from 8 deliveries. Saha having bowled 4 balls of his final over this evening, which is the 19th, for 23 runs, and he approaches to Tambe, who's facing his first delivery this evening. Just plays that one out, and an easy enough single as he manages to get that past the fielder, and they'll come back for a 2, which will mean that the Empire Lions at the end of the day are successful in the chase of 114 with 7 balls still remaining in the innings. So I think I said earlier this evening that they probably wouldn't want to be around for the 19th and 20th. They didn't quite manage to do that. 18.5 overs used up this evening for them to chase down the total. which they now did for the loss of 7 wickets, which means that the Empire Lions will be the team that will proceed to the championship final on Saturday afternoon here at the Caravan National Cricket Ground. Start time 1400 hours local time. Thundercats making the good effort to try and control what was at the end of the day significantly sub-par score they put on the board, 113. So despite a couple of wobbles and the loss of a further 4 wickets today, the Empire Lions managed to take this one home. Dandapani finishing on 28 from 32, and that'll be Mahesh Tambe it was that scored the 2 running runs from the first ball that he faced. As the teams shake hands, so as predicted, a little bit over an hour, slightly slow in terms of over rates this evening. Little over an hour required for this inning to be completed. And we've managed to get the qualifier 2 completed, which at the end of the day was the task set for the staff and volunteers down here at the Caravan National Cricket Ground with this beautiful weather we have this evening. You could probably get another T20 in this evening if you wanted to. The sun shines beautifully as umpires Tharindu and Ravindra. So we'll see the batting stats from the second innings. The loss of 3 wickets yesterday was O'Brien for 15, Collins for 17, and Arvind Kumar Mohan nicking off to the keeper yesterday for 1. Padal run out for 17, with a bit of confusion with his partner Gallagher at the wicket. Sher managing to make 12 from 14. Gallagher run out at the non-strikers by the bowler for 1. And Skamans, who hold out to Sardar for 16 from 14, but however managed to get some momentum in to those critical overs after the drinks break, and his partner then Dandapani managing to take it home. Bowling figures for the Thundercats this evening. Humayun Kabir ending up with 1 for 34 from his 4 overs. Sardar with I think I'd probably have brought Sardar on earlier for his 4th over. He didn't manage to bowl that one tonight. So 2 for 15 off his 3. Belayat Khan, who again bowled another great over, his 3rd over, 2 for 15. Asaduzaman finished his spell of 4 overs this evening, none for 17. Tonmoy Sahar it was who was bowling the 19th over, no wickets for 25 runs of 3.5, and just the 1 over from Shahid Alam, which went for 6 runs. The worm chart showing, as we now know, the Empire Lions managing to keep ahead of the rate there, just around the 18th over, pretty much in line with what the Thundercat batters were scoring then yesterday, but managing to get over the line with 7 balls to spare this evening at the Caravan National Cricket Ground to book their place in the championship final against the Greater Helsinki Marcos. So that'll be a repeat of the Qualifier 1. Looking for an interesting and exciting game of cricket here on Saturday. Weather hopefully going to remain clear for the next few days, so we should be in for a treat. 2 o'clock local time, 1400 hours. You're more than welcome to come and join us. Locals here either at the Caravan National Cricket Ground with a lovely facility, lovely site for spectators to come and watch the game on Saturday, or then follow us on the Cricket Finland YouTube channel live, as well as on Ball by Ball cricket clubs anywhere in the world. You are more than welcome to come and join us wherever you are. Hope you do so. Saturday afternoon looks to be an absolute cracker of a final. The 2 top teams from the league round proper, who played a cracker of a match in the qualifier, won. So let's hope for a repeat. It's been a pleasure to bring this game to you again this evening, and I hope to see and hear many more of you Saturday afternoon as we are drowned again by the last airliner of the evening. Join us again on Saturday. Look forward to seeing you and hearing you then. Until then, Take care. Thank you for joining us.